What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Before I begin, I'm looking to stream remote duels on my Twitch channel, and I want to know if you guys want to duel against me. I have my Discord, links to be down below. I'll probably create like a remote duel page on there, or whatever the thing is called. I'm really new at Discord. And, I was thinking of going on Twitch and just remote dueling against you. And if you guys want to play against me, bring it! I don't really know when I'm going to be doing it, though. I'm still working on getting a more set schedule. I'm still working on setting my live streams that I made for Twitch. But if you don't know what computer specs I use and all that stuff is actually down here. You can pause the video and stuff like that. And, yeah, I think it'd be really fun. I mean, I really thought, I'll be honest with you, that remote duels were so stupid. But by recently playing it, it's actually really fun. And I won 2 win-a-mats. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, comment question of the day. Being the fact that we can't go and play it at YCS or regionals, are you going to give remote duels a try? I think the setup is a lot easier once you initially set up, and I think by doing it, it'll be a lot, you'll feel a lot more accustomed to it. That's my personal take on it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. A couple of good things about remote duels. You can go to your own bathroom, you don't gotta pay a lot of money for food, and every now and then you can get up and walk around your house, in which, you know, you get events you can get up and walk around, but would you really want to smell that? Alright, so the first card on today's market watch is going to be Typical Tactical Talents. Typical Tactics Talent. Triple T's. This card actually is relatively low in price point. I'll explain why in a second, but looking at the current market price is roughly around $77, and the current price point, still listing, pre-sale mind you, is $75. Well, why is this card so low? I mean, you got Lightning Storm, and that card's insanely expensive, and this card is needed just as much, maybe even more than Lightning Storm. Well, I think the answer to that question is the fact that Konami said they're not going to short print core set booster boxes on the secret rares. So, Typical Tactical Talents, which is now what I'm calling it, because I can't get out of my head, actually is not that big of a deal as far as value. It actually might be going down more in value, despite it being a card that you're more than likely going to need to play it as a 3 of. This card's a big deal. I didn't realize it was a big deal until I read the first line. If your opponent activates a monster effect in their hand. No. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase this turn, activate one of these effects. Once again, draw 2 cards, take control of one of your opponent's monsters at end phase, look at their hand, and choose 1 card, shuffle it back into the deck. This card's really good, and I don't know if it's going to be a card that maybe you might want to consider maining 3 of, but I'm almost certain I'm going to be maining 3 of this card. This card's absolutely broken. And to see this card being used by a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players in the future is going to be, to me, something that's not going to be weird. It's going to be more or less something you just need. Are Yu-Gi-Oh players still going to be using hand traps? Oh yeah. In fact, to be honest with you, I think we'll see more Impermanence over Ash Blossom, or maybe even Ghost Hook, even though those are great hand traps. I think Impermanence might be the main hand trap because you can still stop your opponent on their turn, and they won't be able to activate Typical Tactics Talent. Next, Dogmatica. The value is already going down. Well, besides Starlight Rare, the value is already going down in Dogmatica. I'm personally excited because I want to build this with extra dolls, but when do you go in is the question. When do I go in and buy the deck core, you might be asking? Well, the correct answer is not now. In fact, if you really want to hear what I have to say, it's going to suck, but after the release date, you wait 1 week. After about 1 week, everyone opened up so much product, they're going to throw it on tcgplayer. The competitive market's going to be fighting over and over again. Same thing with Typical Tactical Talents. The value is going to be going down. And then you go in about a week, maybe a week and a half, and that's when you go in and you snipe your cards. But here's the crazy part about the whole situation. Do you go in and do that, actually? Or do you just wait for the ban list? What if the ban list comes out and hurts his deck? What if the ban list comes out and hurts any deck? I mean, we're talking a lot of money here. Let's say Typical Tactics Talent goes down to like $50. That's $150. But if Konami has the ban list, hits all the hand traps. I mean, can it happen? Probably not, but you still have to answer that question. It's still a possibility. Also, do you still think it's good to get rid of, not have Maxi in the meta where this cards exist? You know, I just want to throw out real quickly against Maxi. Everyone's freaking out against Maxi, but we actually have FTKs in this meta. We actually have insanely broken cards like Utopic, like 0, just to activate and your opponent can activate no cards. But Maxi's where we draw the line? I don't know. More and more every single day, I feel like Maxi can come back. And I always said Maxi should come back to 1, but more and more I'm thinking, man, maybe Maxi should come back to 3. I mean, this card is Pot of Greed, Change of Heart, Confiscation. Those cards are all currently banned. This card has all that in one. The only prerequisite is your opponent has to activate a monster effect. But yeah, I don't know. Comment down below if you feel like what I'm saying. Anyway, up next, guys. Why is there an L there? Titan Iclad, the Ash Dragon. This is another card that's also in this set that you might want to pick up. It's currently $17. Not bad of a card, but once again, the price point of this card is still going to continue to go lower, as YGOPaisano don't need 3 of it, as there will like triple tactical talents, blah, blah, blah. Up next, Forbidden Droplet. I don't know how I feel about this card. The current market price of this card is roughly around $65, and in the market, it's currently pre-selling for $65, but is this a card you're going to go in and grab? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good, or I feel like it misses the beat, or I'm really confused about this card, and I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Is this a main card, or is this a side card, or is this even a card that you're debating on picking up for consideration, or is this one of those cards that you go, wow, looks good, beautiful artwork, has a lot of text, don't care. Let me know, because I really have zero idea about this card. Next, number 39, Utopia, the Astral one, probably the most expensive version of Utopia. Now, this card currently has a $489 market price, currently listed as $475 in tcgplayer. Has it settled? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think this card can only go up from this point on. I don't think no one's gonna be buying any more Basilisk Armageddon. Call it a hunch, anymore. I think this is not gonna happen. And if that is to be the case, I do think that number 39 Utopia, this Astral version, will go up higher. We can talk about 10,000 Dragons. I think that's going to happen as well with that card. That's more of a collector's card, where I think Astral Utopia is more can see actual play. And if Astral Utopia does see play, I think it will surpass 10,000 Dragons' current price point of roughly around $1,300. So I think this might stabilize, maybe even go down, who knows? But I think it's almost certain that looking at Utopia, the minute we see any kind of deck that can make like a Utopic play, yeah, I think this is the right play. I think this is the right value. And I think it could only go higher. So if you don't have one by now, this is where the lowest is going to be. I don't think it's going to get any lower. So go ahead and get your little Dogmaticas. You're probably going to need Shadows. Well, look at that Ultra Construct with a current $41 market price for the Ultimate Rare, by the way, coming out of Duelist Alliance. You get the Unlimited version, roughly around $38. But if you want a first edition version of Construct, that's going to run you roughly around $49. And if you want that bad boy near mint, they're about $70. Shadow Construct and Shadows in general, just really good. This is my fan favorite, to be honest with you. I love this deck more than anything. It's easily one of my favorite decks in the entire game. The artwork-wise, the way the deck plays, the fact that the deck can run to optimization like it's its job. You know, Shadows. They're insanely broken. And with Dogmatica, it makes the deck a lot more better. Now, can this deck be a tier 1 deck? We'd have to see how the meta plays out. But I will tell you right now, this card price is definitely going to go high. As you can play see Shadows seeing any kind of meta relevance, it doesn't take much to get a deck that's a fan favorite to rise in value. Especially an Ultimate Rare like Ultra Construct. The question is, will Shekanaga rise in value? Shekanaga Ultimate Rare coming out of new challenges with a $16 market price is actually roughly around 11 to 12 bucks. In fact, I think the Ultimate Rare of Shekanaga is criminally undervalued, and I wouldn't be surprised if this card slowly starts rising in the market. We're seeing old Ultimate Rares that have potential hype go up in value. I mean, very loose potential hype spike in value. Ultra Shekanaga, I mean, we know Show's gonna see meta play. That's a given. Could there be any hype behind Shekanaga? And if there is, I think the Ultimate Rare will be the one to go up higher in value. So this whole price point, if it being around 11 bucks, it's not gonna be around 11 bucks forever. So everyone's getting ready for Noble Knights. And I think, I mean, I saw a bunch of deck profiles the other day and a bunch of deck replays. I think we can clearly say that for Noble Knights is definitely going to be a tier 1 deck. Look at the ISO 2 tables of the Noble Knights with a current $8 market price. The value unlimited rise is about $8. Same with first edition, almost there 9 actually. So here's the question. Are you going to be playing Noble Knights, or are you be looking to play against Noble Knights? I think that looking at Noble Knight Renard with a current $31 market price, it's actually holding pretty decent. It's roughly around $30 to $31. It hasn't really spiked out of proportions. Unlike its other counterpart, Noble Knight of High Lawn Salian, the card currently has roughly around $12 market price. Secret Rare, by the way. And if you want to name it first edition, you're looking to pay roughly around $39 for this card. Secret Rare coming out, Shadow Specters also have that Platinum Rare. back in the day, and the platinum rare version of this card is roughly around $7 to $8. So not bad actually, and not bad looking platinum rare. I hate the way the text looks. It looks like all bunched together, but the card itself looks actually really good. Now, if you get that deck, you're probably getting smoke grenade at the time of the thief. Coming out of Legacy of Darkness Old School set with a $13 market price. This common is roughly going for about, I'll just click on Lightning Play over here. tcgplayer is kind of weird how it's done. Unlimited is roughly around 14. First edition is roughly around $15 for this. And if you want a Neiman version, now it works. Before, anyway, it's roughly around $20, okay? So that's for the original print. If you want the Dark Beginning version of Smoke Grenade at Time Thief, there's not many copies in the market. With the current $17 market price, you can get it roughly around $17 right now. Here's the thing, though. This is a $17 common. By this time next month, call it a hunch, I don't think this card is going to be seeing much play. Just call it a hunch. And if that is the case, can we also agree on the fact that this card would not more than likely be $17? So here's my question to you. Are you going to go ahead and go all in for Inferno Knights, pay exorbitant prices, get the Smoke Grenade at Time Thief, just to walk into a balance that's going to smack your deck? Now, will it hit the new Inferno Knights? I don't think so. In fact, I'm pretty confident that's not going to happen. But Smoke Grenade and Time Thief getting hit, I think that makes perfect sense. And I'm going to be surprised if that was to be the case. Realize, guys, once again, the last ban list, we only got like 3 cards off the ban list. The ban list before that was a very small ban list. This ban list is more likely going to be the biggest ban list, roughly, we've ever seen in the history of this game. There are so many cards that are going to go on the ban list, and more importantly, so many cards that I believe are going to be coming off the ban list. And if that was to be the case, man, it's going to be a crazy month next month. September is looking to be crazy about a ton of other things. I mean, just a ton of other things going on in the world. But looking at it right now as it stands, that ban is going to be insane. And if you're playing Time Thieves, it's not Time Thieves, Inferno Knights, I keep thinking Time Thieves, you really have to hold this as not more or less a smoke grenade, just a grenade of value that can blow up in your face if the ban hits this card. If you're playing other meta decks, and Emancipators, Ellic, if you're playing any of those kind of decks, you have to keep asking yourself the question on a daily basis, is it worth holding all this value if it could potentially get hit by the ban list and minimize the value of my deck as a tier? Because the difference between tier 1 and tier 1.5 right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! As it stands is a big gap. And I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, 1, know this, and 2, realize the fact that if you have a deck that has value, how okay are you going down the ship is what I call it. Knowing that you have this deck, you have 3 Smoke Grenade Time Thieves, you might not need it, but you have 3 of them. You have max rarity, everything. And just going, you know what? I'll take the L on this. How comfortable are you? Some people are not. It all depends on you as a person. And let me know if you are or not. Comment down below. Next, Magician Souls. Coming out Legendary Duelist Magical Hero with an $80 market price. The value of this card Unlimited is about $81. And if you want a first edition version of the card, you're looking to pay, let's see, first edition, so many Unlimiteds, wow. You're going to pay roughly around $98 for Magician Souls. So, real quickly, if you are looking to play a meta deck, tier 1, maybe even 1.5, are you using Magician Souls? Number 1. Number 2, are you debating on selling these? Because that's a question I'm continuing to ask myself every single day. I don't know. I want to sell these because there's so much money and I don't need it. But you don't want to be without Magician Souls if you find that I actually can use it because the card is really good. And it's a really hard question to ask, and I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Up next, Solemn Strike, Secret Rare, coming out of Bricks of Shadows. So I just want to quickly go over your versions. Ultimate Rare Solemn Strike is insanely overpriced. The card with a $120 market price is roughly around $126 to $130. You can see it over here. And if you look at the Secret Rare, the second highest rarity of Solemn Strike, coming out of Bricks of Shadows with a $6 market price, unlimited copies are roughly around $5. And if you want a first edition version of Solemn Strike, let's see where we got first edition, it's going to be roughly around $7 to $8. So 126, $8. The differential, one's Ultimate Rare, one's Original Print Secret Rare. Yet the Megaton's got a Secret Rare version as well, sure. But if you want the second highest, it kind of reminds me of like with Pod Duality, how the Secret Rare has spiked up in value, even though Ultimate Rare is astronomically higher. Pod of Eyes is kind of doing the same thing. I can see the same thing happening with Solemn Strike. The second Solemn Strike shows any kind of meta relevance. So you can have supers, they have tons of other variants of Solemn Strike, I guess. but I personally have the secret rares out of Brickers and Shadows. I'm not paying $130 for the Ultimate Rares. First of all, I don't like the Ultimate Rares. The middle is weak. It's crappy, to be honest with you. I have owned the Ultimate Rares, and it's just not worth it. I think the secret rares are way better and a lot more inexpensive to get that high rarity quality in your deck. All the guys players. Up next, Red Eyes Fusion coming out of Clash of Rebellions. With the Megatons coming out next month, I think everyone's going to need this card. I think we can all agree on that. There's multiple rarities of the card, common by the way, and the super rare is the highest rarity of the card. So, with a current market price of roughly around $18, looking at this card, let me just hit refresh. Looking at this card, we can see that Unlimited is roughly around $17, as well as first edition versions, which are almost there around $18. So that's the current value of the super rare of the version of Red Ice Fusion. My take on this card is very simple. You wait to the ban list, you make sure none of your Red Ice, that Dragoon and Fusion, make sure none of that's hit, and then you go to tcgplayer and buy it. By the way, if you're new to the channel, every time there's a new ban, I'll do a ban live stream. We'll look at all the cards. We'll check the market impact. We get down and dirty on the valuations, potential valuations of all the cards currently being discussed within the ban list, or the implications of cards coming off the bans and/or on the bans as it appears to the market. Whether we talk about it within the short term, mid-term, or the long term, we do it on a live stream on this channel. So if you want to check that out, make sure once again hit the notification bell, hit it for notifications, make sure to subscribe button, and yeah, enjoy the content. Like I said, guys, if you want to play me in remote duels, I would love to. Just make sure to click on the Twitch links to be down below as well. I'm going to start doing remote duels. I don't know exactly when, so you're going to want to hit follow. You're going to hit the notification bell when I do that, so you can be up to date on that. And yeah, I would love to play against you guys. Anyway, Paisanos, it's your boy V, and you Paisanos, you Paisanos have a great day.